Hello, this is Andy's Golf and Travel Diary here in Sydney, Australia, and I'm here at the Australian Golf Club with General Manager Rob Selley. Rob, thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. Good to have you out here.
I'm so excited to be here and to learn about this club, and with the upcoming Australian Open, there's got to be just a lot of things going on.
Absolutely. I think as you saw out there today, the tournament setup's all taking place and the course is peaking just at the right time, so yeah, it's starting to buzz.
Great. Do you have a couple minutes to sit down in your office and answer a few more questions?
I'd love to.
Rob, tell me a little bit about how you came to the game of golf.
Well, I played golf as a youngster. I studied at university, and during that time really got an opportunity to play a lot of golf. Not long after I finished my degree, I was fortunate enough to combine my years of golf at the club that I was at with my studies, and I got a part-time work in the golf industry, and was appointed to manage the golf shop at the club that I was at. I did a PGA qualification, and one thing led to the next, and I've been in the golf business now 30 years.
Wow. Tell me a little bit about your path to becoming the general manager here at the Australian Golf Club.
Well, based initially in South Africa, I was fortunate enough to be appointed to manage Sun City golf operations, which was a big job, and got me exposure to tournaments and high-level events and the hospitality industry. From there, I worked with the necklace company, not directly, but via a company that contracted to the necklace company to build their golf courses, and travelled and lived in the UK and in Spain. And got the opportunity to come to Australia in 2007, and initially worked with Troon Golf, and not long after that applied for the position that was being advertised at the Australian Golf Club, and I've been fortunate enough to be here just over 4 years now.
Tell me a little bit about the history of this golf club.
It started back in 1882. A little 6-hole course that was played in different configurations, and it's since it started, it's been on 4 different properties, all in the eastern suburbs of Sydney, but has grown to become one of the most prestigious and well-respected golf clubs in Australia. It's hosted 18 Australian Opens. It's a Jack Nicklaus signature golf course now, and it's got a waiting list of people who want to join.
Speaking of Mr. Nicklaus, he's won 3 Australian Opens on this very property, and also has been involved with quite a redesign. Can you talk a little bit about the history of the last 40 years of the redesign in this latest version?
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus was a friend of the late Kerry Packer, who was a very prominent member of the club, prominent Australian, and he used to travel to America and play golf with Jack at Muirfield Village, and he developed a vision for the Australian, which was to have a beautiful parkland course like Muirfield Village was. He also was keen to make this the home of the Australian Open, and in the 70s and 80s would invite the likes of Nicholas, Palmer, Player, Trevino, Ballesteros. They all came out here in that time to play. Unfortunately, the tournament didn't turn out like he wanted, and the rest is history. But through him, the relationship with Jack Nicklaus was retained, and Jack was asked to come back in 2011 and to provide ideas on how we would modernise the course that he built in the late 70s, early 80s, and that's what we have here today, is a very new and modern and exciting Jack Nicklaus signature course.
Now, the Australian Golf Club will be hosting the Australian Open here in a couple weeks. It's preceded by the Masters, and it's followed by the PGA Championship. Tell me a little bit about the excitement of hosting this prestigious golf tournament and what will be occurring here in the next couple weeks.
Look, I think the two things that make a tournament are the golf course and the field, and we've got I think very good at both. The golf course, we've been working on it now for 4 years to get it not just for the tournament but for the members, and it'll really peak just in time for the event. So we expect that the golf course will set a benchmark for course presentation for a tournament in Australia, and we're very excited about that. Obviously, an event like this is very important that the members have a good time. So a fair amount of our planning has been how the members might enjoy the event, and then the field with the world number 1 and number 2. It's always going to be a good event. A couple of other very good players to back that up, and a couple of Aussies who are in great form, who hopefully will threaten McIlroy along with Scott.
Yeah, my understanding is the 2013 Masters champion Adam Scott had quite a year here in the fall and had won 2 of the 3 Australian tournaments, and Rory upset him in the 3rd. So this will be quite an exciting week here.
Yeah, I mean they've the slogan for the event is "Bring It On," because I think Adam Scott is still smarting from being pipped at the post last year. You know, he led the Open for most of the event, only to lose on the last hole to Rory. So it would have been a nice triple for him to get all 3, and you know, he's back to try and do that again. And you know, we can only dream of another Scott and McIlroy slugfest.
Well, speaking of bringing it on, Rob, I'm glad you brought it on and brought me here, and I want to thank you very much for having Andy's Golf and Travel Diary, and it was a lifetime experience playing this majestic golf course.
Yeah, absolute pleasure, and enjoy the tournament.